If dacoits are trying to loot your money, how do you save your money? You put it in a bank locker to keep it safe. You expect that the bank and the government will protect it from looters. But what if your government is the dacoit? And what if your president is after your money? Well, this is the story of China. And the people of China have found a way to save their money from the Chinese Communist Party or the CCP. They are parking it abroad and are investing it in China's enemy countries to keep it at a safe distance from Xi Jinping. Hi and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Piyush, and in this video I will explain why Chinese investors are incessantly dumping money in every country that hates China. Let's begin. China's economy has become a disaster for Chinese investors. If you invest in a real estate company, that company could go bankrupt and burn your investments. If you invest in a tech company, Xi Jinping might kill it. If you invest in the manufacturing powerhouses, a COVID outbreak could lead to industrial shutdowns. In any case, your investments will go down the drain. And add to it a Maoist Xi Jinping who is showing all signs of murdering businesses and nationalizing private wealth. So, Chinese investors are running for cover and impulsively investing in every one of China's enemies, and now they are coming to India. In fact, Chinese investors are so desperate that they are even considering India for stashing their investments. Yes, the same country with which China has fought 2 wars in the past and is currently engaged in a 20-month-long border standoff. In 2021, Chinese investments in Indian startup ecosystem picked up dramatically. Investments from the Chinese venture capital, private equity, accelerators and incubators stood at $14.13 billion in 2021, up from $3.95 billion the previous year. For Chinese investors and venture capitalists, the shift towards India is unavoidable. Chinese President Xi Jinping isn't allowing even Jack Ma and other popular billionaires to do business without any fear. So, the startups don't stand a chance of surviving amidst Beijing's hostile policies. Chinese investors feel that their money will drown if they invest in local tech companies, but they can hide their money from Jinping and also get good returns by parking their money in India. Chinese investors are looking at India for parking money in startups and upcoming businesses. This is because of India's position as a world leader in IT services. However, even Chinese real estate investors are looking to dump money in foreign property investments. They have purchased properties in Singapore, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. In fact, Chinese real estate investors purchased so much real estate in Singapore that real estate prices in the island city-state went through the roof. Last year, condominium purchases by Singapore permanent residents went up by 55.3%, with foreign purchases rising by 45%. China represented a lion's share in this unnatural spurt, and things went so far that the Singapore government had to cancel Chinese investors. For some Chinese investors, evading Jinping's supervision is also a priority. So they have used unconventional means to dump their money in foreign destinations. Therefore, cryptocurrency is coming in handy for such Chinese citizens. They are transferring their money to Japan in form of crypto, and their partners in Japan convert the same into yen, which is safely parked in Japanese real estate sector. China's rich have a history of dropping patriotic sentiment anyway. So if investments in enemy countries is what it takes to save their money from the CCP, they won't mind stashing millions of dollars in countries like India, Japan, and Australia. Chinese investors are thus impulsively taking their money out of China, and this is making China's enemies really powerful.